So now that you've seen the beautiful project, let us discuss the material. Here I'm taking a triangle shaped homemade canvas, and I have mentioned the link of how to make the canvas in the description box as well. I'm using my 3D outliner. You can actually use any color 3D outliner here. We are going to do the 3D outline work on the base before we go ahead. Next, we'll be using a black paint and any metallic paint. So I'm using a black chalk paint here, and I'm using a tinted metallic paint. This is basically copperish in color, which I'll be using for the base. On top of it, we'll be doing our flower work. For that, I'm using my homemade cold porcelain clay, and I have mentioned the links of how to make the homemade cold porcelain clay as well in the description box, and you can check it out. And on top of it, we will be securing it with the help of a varnish. So let's quickly start. First and the foremost, we are going to do random design work on the base. If you want, you can also draw your design onto your base. So you can make your lines vertical, horizontal, diagonal. I'm going to be using a combination of lines and spirals at places to help me get the desired look. Now sometimes these come thick and thin, so to avoid that, you can keep anything handy with you. Okay. Okay, just be careful. This takes a little while to dry up, but it'll create a very good impression in the base when we add color and gloss and everything on top. So any design on the base, it will be good to cover the entire canvas. So I'm repeating almost a similar pattern on all the 3 corners. It's optional. You will see as we go along the video that this is only to give a beautiful base effect, on top of which we are creating the floral flowers using our clay, creating to complete our clay art painting. So now we've done it. I'm going to leave it to dry completely, and then I'm going to show you how to proceed. So this has completely dried up. Now I'm going to be doing a coat of my black color. Completely do your black chalk paint on top of this. Don't worry, right now I'm going to give a metallic impression on top before we start doing that look. So that's why the reason of the golden color, the color The color with which you've done your base doesn't really matter, even if you have a white or a black or any color base, that is fine. Basically why we've done it is to create a texture onto our base before we create our clay flowers on top of this. Now let it dry completely and then I'll show you how to get the metallic effect on top. So now see, my black has dried up. I have taken my paint. This is Twangy Gwilt. This is basically a copperish kind of a shade. Just give it a good stir. After this, on top of this, I'm just going to give an gold to highlight the cone work that I have done. See, the cone work will start getting more visible now. Okay. Now on this I'm going to just put it aside while we start making our flowers and leaves. So for making our flowers today, I'm using my air dry clay. This is the clay which I have made at home, and I have mentioned the link of how to make your air dry clay home in the link in the description box below, so you can check it out. For this air dry clay, I'll be using my Vaseline to do all the work. So we will be creating flowers. I will need a cutter. So I'm creating sunflowers here. This way I'm creating, and I'm just going to put little of this Vaseline onto my blade. So this way I have done my cuts. So just pure bag airtight in which you have cut your clay, especially the air dry clay that you are using or the cold porcelain clay. Now this particular clay that we make is long lasting and very pliable. It can easily be shaped this way, and for shaping it we don't really need to use, only Vaseline will help us to shape this. So some of them will be bigger petals for the base and some of them will be smaller petals for the top. So let us first do the bigger petals, settle them in. So approximately 6 to 7 bigger petals I'm making. Before we start assembling it, let me take out a little bit of green also. So on the base side I'm going to be doing my flowers leaves. So simply press it and give it a leaf shape like this. Now we will need to apply Vaseline. Keeping our glue ready, let us start assembling it as well. So here comes our piece. In the center part I will start assembling it. Now finally, if you find that the color of the leaf is lighter even after drying up, then I will show you how you can add color later on as well in this project. So first I am just shaping them. Okay. Now in the center, just take a small ball like this and fix it. Okay, this is going to help us put our petals, and it's not going to really create too much of a the danger of the petals going very much down. Okay. For giving it better shape, I can just put here. So in the last, when I've got all my petals on, I will show you how you can twist them. We have to create them. So now I'll show you another way. We are just going to first let me fix the petals that I've made. Now just create tiny pieces like this and just fix them here. Just create your tiny pieces in such a way that it's not really visible from the side. It's going to give the bounce also to your flower and it's not going to be seen also. Okay. Now before we fix this, let me make one or two more swirls, okay, here. So for the swirls, take little quantity of green, okay, roll it. From one end, I'm just going to twist it like this, just fix it. And this one also, just swirl it. Like this. Okay. Now let us first make more swirls. You can make thinner, taller, longer, how you want. And these are these are closed swirls. Now I'm going to cut it and I'm going to make an open swirl and show you here. Okay, so now under this I'm going to make swirls. Okay, so this way we've created a swirl here. So this way we've created our swirls. Just make your leaves more pointed if you want. Now let us continue with our flower. In the flower also I'm going to show you how to do shading later on to enhance the center part and the look. So now I'm making this tiny ball of yellow, okay, and I'll just put it inside. Just add few more petals onto our flower. Now what we are going to do is just take little bit of orange Now in this I am going to create very thin bone dots. And this is, we are going to let it set, and then I'm going to show you how to do colors on this. In the meanwhile, let us do a little bit work onto our corners. For the corners, what I'm doing is I'm just going to be creating swirls like these. For that, just create not very thin, okay, there is going to be a little bit of shrinkage in these, so this way, see, I have created swirls on all the corners, and now I'm going to let this dry. Once it is completely dry, I'll show you how to add more color and shading onto it and how to secure the clay. The clay has completely dried up. I kept it for almost a day. Now I'm just going to do little light shading on top. I will show you. Okay, very slight shading I'm going to be doing. Don't take much of water in your brush, otherwise it might be a little difficult to shade. Okay, this is normal bottle acrylic color that I have taken, and you can see that this clay is extremely flexible. I can just lift my petals like that to add the shade. Now once you are satisfied with your orange, then just take a little bit of golden for your tips. Little bit of golden I'm adding here also, just for the gloss factor. Okay. Now comes the green color. So I have taken out my sap green. Okay, I'm not going to make it very dark. I'm just going to brush it lightly to increase the potency of the color, because if we make it too dark, it won't look so nice on the base. A lighter color is going to look better on this base. Now comes the fun part. What we are going to do is, I'm just going to put little golden onto my leaves tips as well. Now just let it dry up, and then I'm going to show you how to secure. My color, golden color, everything has dried up. I'm going to be taking my decor varnish, and I'm going to do a good coat of varnish on top. So this varnish will dry up really well, and it's going to leave a super gloss. Right now in the camera this is appearing to be little light bluish in color, but that is just because of the light falling on it. This dries to be transparent, and just don't worry about your colors. I'm going to let it dry, and our beautiful second project is also done and ready. So I hope you've liked the project. Please press the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also press the bell button so that you're the first to know as soon as we put up a new video. Thank you so much, and bye bye.